So I do directing game content. The YouTube review is second best thing. Oh, I don't know if they would like me in the review department. I wanted to go for game development. I went to school for game development. Life just had other opinions about it. But I went to school for game design. My dream was to be in this industry for my full-time job. Not streaming or content creating, that came later, but game design was always one thing that I wanted to do. Everything. Honestly, I wouldn't even know where to start. I am so far behind everybody else. I feel it would take years to even catch up, if you want my opinion. Because you got so many good reviewers out there. Oh, I actually don't need Santa suits this time. Now, YouTube is, honestly, if you want my opinion, YouTube is just my archive. I don't expect anything to ever happen with YouTube. Because, honestly, with the way TikTok has everything going as far as short content goes, YouTube's long-term or long-form content is slowly probably phasing out, to be honest. I still enjoy long content because I enjoy listening to most things on my way home to or from work. Like right now I'm catching up on all of what is it called? JP and Zeke have a podcast every Sunday, and I've been catching up on those. Their podcast runs for about 3 hours, so I listen to it for about 1 to 3 days, and I say that because if I only listen to it at night, it takes 3 days due to the driving. So but I honestly cannot think about what their show is called. It eludes me right now. My shop. Okay, so 2 of those, 2 of those. Stuffed doggy, Nerf gun, thing with a baseball bat, stuffed bear. Reindeer. That. And Santa hat. I'm actually not gonna buy anything for the grocery store. What does our consoles look like? 1, 2, 2, 1. Okay, so 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Welcome back, Indy. Welcome back. I'm sure there will be some type of long form videos that are worth. I just don't think they'll be popular again. Know what I mean? It's for each row. Obviously, your call. Just trying to think of a way to get you. No, I appreciate it, Indy. It's just, I don't know. People are so hard to read these days on what they want. Yeah, you can see logical trends moving before, but now everybody's trends are so everywhere, if that makes sense. And they're not like great trends. It's like stupidity trends, or at least to me, it's like stupidity trends. Like right now in this day and age, I don't even know where video games are going to end up. Between what PlayStation's doing, what Nintendo's doing, what's going on with Steam and Valve, and then the whole new CEO transition in Microsoft. I truly honestly worry about this hobby of ours. I mean, indie games are going up, triple A's are going down. Of course, that makes sense on why that's happening. It's just they don't see it because they want to be blind to it, but us gamers have been telling them forever on what they need to do, and they just don't want to listen. So that's triple A's fault. But now, you know, we were all working towards playing things together, and now it's like we're trying to separate again, and I don't understand it, other than profit margins, and that's it. You know, PlayStation was playing with PC, but since PC is disrupting their market, PlayStation is now going to pull out of giving their games to PC players. So there goes that market. Nintendo is over here suing people left and right because they're so worried about copyright issues. And oh, you copied things from our stuff, so we're going to sue you and patent things so you can't use it. That doesn't help game progression. That stalls game progression. That stalls innovation. And now with Microsoft's new CEO taking over, who came from working with Microsoft's AI, that is a complete big question mark. For years, we've tried putting everybody together, you know, the whole cross-platform thing, and now I fear we're going to go back to no longer cross-platforming, where PlayStation players will be with PlayStation, Nintendo will be with Nintendo, PC will be with PC, and Microsoft will be some AI generated BS that we never even asked for. I don't know, Indy. That's the fear that all of us who play on an Xbox, not me, but that's the fear with Xbox right now, is all of Xbox's stuff will be having AI generated stuff in it. And now Nvidia over here integrating AI, which honestly I'm okay with on the terms of how they're going to use it, but I don't know. I don't know. It's like they're all shooting themselves in the foot and sending us backwards instead of moving forward. It's really aggravating to see. AAA games are that way because of companies not listening to the gamers. Indie developers are listening and they're creating with passion. And I'm not saying that AAA developers don't create with passion. It's that they're under strict restrictions and they can't create, they can't flow, and they can't release things when they need to be released. So they can't create pure passion because of it. And because they're in a AAA studio, those developers are stuck. Like I was stuck 2 years ago. For 10 years, I was stuck. I couldn't move. When you get stuck into a company that offers decent benefits and high enough pay that you can't take the pay cut, you're literally stuck. You can't move unless you're willing to take a large pay hit. I couldn't do it, so I could never leave my job. I was literally stuck at a job that I didn't enjoy. I'm stuck now in a job I don't enjoy. Amazing as a piece of art, not as a game. They used to be. They used to be. And then times changed. People got greedier. And the passion for stories, gameplay, visuals, all working as one, died. And it all became about how good can I make my game look compared to how well does it play and the player likes it. It's all about, hey, it looks great. Look at these graphics. Give us your money. Reel the gamer in with the graphics. Don't worry about anything else. That's the problem. I mean, you can, if anything that indie developers have ever said out loud, not vocally, but with their games, graphics don't mean a whole lot. Yeah, they're pretty. Yeah, they're appealing. But if indie developers who don't use top of the line graphics because they can't afford it are hooking gamers in because the game is just fucking fun, that says a lot of things right there. That should be telling every AAA title right there that this is what people want. They're not, you can make your game look pretty. That's nice. But gamers are looking for more than just a visual appeal. Those were all fun multiplayer games. And a lot of AAA titles, one company in particular, I can't remember which one it was now, absolutely said that gamers don't want single player games anymore. That's a lie. God of War proved that. That statement was announced before God of War was released. God of War came out and that thing sold like crazy. It looked good, it played good, and the story was appealing. Triple threat right there. I mean, you can't get any more obvious than that. Air tracking games. It's not. People don't play games for realism. I just finished the podcast where JP, and Zeke gave their game of the year. Their list of, you know, multiplayer and all that. Of course, that was back in January when they did it. But they gave their top 10 games of the year, and will straight out tell you he does not like games that are real. He's historical games that are realistic in every way. That's not appealing to him. He plays games to get out of reality, like all of us do. I mean, don't get me wrong, Assassin's Creed is nice every now and then for a little bit of true historical, but not completely true historical in a sense. But we're looking to escape, not to stay in it. And, you know, Repo, Peak, Schedule 1, all of those, they're just stupid fun to play with your friends, your fellow gamers. That's what they're meant for. And that just goes back to the graphics that AAA titles think they need. You know, not everything has to be downright realistic. World of Warcraft has been going on for 21 years and they don't use realistic graphics. Theirs is still on the cartoonish side-ish. I mean, they've crisped up their pixels, but they don't go straight reality, straight realism. Bigger the map doesn't mean better the game. No, bigger maps are only great in RPGs, and that's if you have a lot of stuff that you can explore and a lot of stuff to do. That is it. But in terms of that, the bigger the map, the more it's going to slow down the game, because the game has to render everything out, which is where NVIDIA is trying to use their graphics card to minimize that. So from the demo that I saw last year, I think it was, it'll take a piece of the game and then it will AI render everything around it. So that way the computer is not bogging itself down by rendering every single leaf and every single piece of art that they've put in there. So the AI is to help creators be able to make a bigger game using less resources and to focus on other things, so to speak. Now, will it go down without a hitch? Who the hell knows? You know, this is GTA 5 map, big, but simple size, lots to do. Never played GTA 5. Was going to at one point. Didn't. But GTA has always been a big game in a sense. So is Elder Scrolls. I have not. I am still back at Revelation. No. I'm still back at Assassin's Creed 3. I eventually will, though. I eventually will. Embarrassing big. That's because if I remember what Assassin's Creed Odyssey is, which I believe is out in the desert, there's not much in the desert. You don't need to make a big map of the desert. I will give you a hint of what the desert is. Sand, sand, more sand, more sand, 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 oasis, sand, followed by more sand. I still think they took out in the sand, though. I think that was still out in the desert. I might be wrong, but because Odyssey was, if I remember correct, that was supposed to go all the way back to the first assassin. I think. I think Assassin's Creed Odyssey was supposed to be the first assassin, and then moved from there. Like they were following a trend, and then they started going backwards instead of forwards. And then there's supposedly a whole story. So they had a story within a story. So you first were what was his name? Not the assassin, the kid. I can't think of his name. But you followed him through three three main stories. I know you followed him through Assassin's Creed 1, Assassin's Creed 2, Brotherhood, Revelation, and I believe his story technically ends in Assassin's Creed 3. Not sure. I know it's not in 4, but no, not Ezio. The kid outside of the Animus. Fuck was his name? Because Altair was the first one. Then you had Ezio, which is one of the best assassins. I'm sorry, but fucking love that guy. You played Ezio in 2, Brotherhood, and half of Revelation. So Revelation was 3 stories in 1. You had story of the kid, because his mind is kind of like broken between Ezio and Altair, and you're going between Ezio and Altair back and forth throughout all of Revelation, trying to piece and put everything back together, just mash it all back in the brain, so to speak. Because after Brotherhood, he kind of broke. Desmond, thank you. Yes, Desmond Miles. So he kind of broke. So you got like 3 personalities in Revelation, and you're melding everything back into one. And then I haven't played 3, but I hear 3 is where he ends, and then you just kind of play as yourself, like you're the one going into the Animus and reliving all these. But because I haven't played any of the other ones, it doesn't seem like there's ever been a mention or an outside of the Animus anymore. It's all completely in the Animus, so not really sure what's going on there. But eventually we will. It did. And honestly, if it wasn't for Assassin's Creed 2, Assassin's Creed would not be around today. It just wouldn't. Assassin's Creed 2 literally saved the series. No joke. It saved the series. Anybody that has played Assassin's Creed 1, yeah, it was nice for about the first hour. After the first hour, God help us all. The only reason why you kept playing Assassin's Creed 1 was for the story. That is it. Because every city was the same, every quest was the same, everything was the same. You literally did the same thing over and over and over again. It's the same. Go sit on a bench, go listen to these people. Yes and no. Yes and no. Well, that didn't stop. I'm sorry. Did not mean to cough on you guys. So Assassin's Creed is kind of the same. It is gather information, it is assassinate the target, it is go up to this building, look at it, blah 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 blah. Yes. But Assassin's Creed 1 was okay. So if you go to a different city, there's generally something different to do. Not every single mission is go chase down this guy and gather information. There are different ways to gather information. There are a lot of straightforwards. What I mean with Assassin's Creed 1 is if the entire game was every time you went into town, all you had to do was chase after a guy, knock him over, gather information, and then you could go assassinate the guy. If that was every single time you went into a town to assassinate somebody, that's boring. Okay. Assassin's Creed 1 was literally go to your master, get your targets. From those targets, you go into the city, find the guy that you're supposed to get information from. That guy tells you, every single guy that you have to go to tells you, I need you to go sit on a bench, listen to this guy. I need you to go over here and hide in the crowd and get information here. I need you to go to this guy and beat the hell out of him and get information out of him. Every single time. There was no different. Every single mission that you went on that was new, your first 3 set of missions were the same. And then after you did that, oh, the guy's a little happy with you, but I'm not entirely pleased yet. So I need you to do these other 2, which are the same freaking missions for phase 2. Go do those. Okay, you can now go hunt the guy, but I need you to do it stealthily. If you get caught, it'll be very bad. Yeah, got it. FYI, you can never sneak up on the guy. At least I was never able to. So, Assassin's Creed 1 was very boring to most people. Assassin's Creed 2 livened it up. It gave you more stuff to do. You could go straight forward if you wanted. You could hide if you wanted to, but it wasn't always like, okay, so before I can go kill this guy, I have to go talk to the women in the brothel. Every time. Anytime I start a new assassin's kill, I have to go talk to the brothel women. Why do I have to always go talk to the brothel women? Why can't I go over and talk to the mercenaries or this and that? And then they gave you Leonardo da Vinci, that freaking hilarious, that gave you new gadgets to, you know, do your missions with. Assassin's Creed 2 saved the series. Now, with that being said, which one was it? Assassin's Creed Unity. I don't know how that didn't kill the series. Assassin's Creed Unity was so terrible. It was terrible. Oh my gosh, it was so bad. And that was because of the bugs. It was a nice idea. Get your friends in, go on assassination missions. Wonderful idea. Poorly executed. There's so many videos of bugs in that game. This is downright hilarious. Just downright hilarious. That's the French Revolution one, right? Yes. Unity was about the French. Yes, sirree. Wonderful concept. It had so many bugs that it was almost not able to be played, or people played it just for seeing how many bugs they could find. I feel like I can almost. Oh damn, Tech did some stuff. Store. Oh, let's just go another round. Game store. Now, Assassin's Creed Black Flag, I hear, is the best amongst gamers of the series. That's the one everybody likes the best. And then it's like, some of them will tell you that it's like they just stopped listening to that and went in another direction, and the series really hasn't been that great since then. Now, I haven't played it. I can't tell you that. Well, I take that back. I played like maybe 10 minutes of it. I like started it, but then I never I never went on. I went and played something else. Not because the game was terrible. Don't get that. I just, something else came out and I went and played that one instead. That's just what happened. Just, you know, that's how a lot of us stop playing things. Something new comes out, we try to jump on the bandwagon of getting to it, being in that pool of people to watch, and we just never come back. right, I'm gonna collect all my passive income. Very nice. Very, very nice. So, Indy, what is on today's agenda? What does the community need to know that you will be doing tonight? More Megastore Sim. Nice. Does that have a leaderboard to it? It's gonna be like, no. And if it did, I wouldn't tell you. Oh, no leaderboard. Well, I gotta start finishing Sims before I start a new Sim. I got so many simulators that are going right now. I really need to finish them before I go on to another one. Oh, I know. This will be the first one we finish. And then we'll pick another one, and that one we'll play and finish. So, but those, because they're not leaderboards, I won't play those as hard, so to speak. We will play them and we will finish them, but it won't be an everyday thing because we got other games we gotta play. So we've got other games we need to play and that I want to play. I still need, really need to get a small table to put my PlayStation 2 on, because I'd love to take you guys back to 1993. I think it was 3, might have been 4. For me, it was 5. Um, no, I was right. 1994. 94. 95 is when I got it. But I'd like to take you guys back to 1994, December of 94. And I have a large stack. And I mean a large stack of demos. So, for those of you that don't know, because you are too young, back in 95, 96, somewhere in that range, probably, PlayStation came out with their own magazine. Basically, it was to rival Nintendo. Okay, so Nintendo for years had a magazine that came out every single month. It's called Nintendo Power. And every month you could buy the magazine and they would have tips, tricks, codes, news articles of things coming out. It was anything that you wanted to know about Nintendo. Nintendo published it in their Nintendo Power magazine, which is how a lot of people found out how to beat certain games because of that. So when the PlayStation came out after Nintendo screwed them and did not go with Sony for their CD drive on their new console, Sony basically said F you and took the disc drive that they had been working on with Nintendo and turned it into the PlayStation. Yes, there's some history for you. So when the PlayStation was released, I'm not sure how many months after PlayStation came out with their own magazine called PlayStation Magazine, which was anything and everything that you wanted to know that was coming out for the PlayStation, cheat codes, new games. But the biggest thing that they had with that magazine was the CD disc that came with the magazine. Now, the disc could have as many as 5 to 10 to 15, however much they wanted to put on the disc, of demos of games coming out, demos of games that were already out, or trailers for games that were coming. So you may get 3 or demos of a game to try and play and see if you liked them. And if you did, then you knew what you were looking for when the game came out. Others would be trailers, so they'd show you, like they do now, a trailer of a game. It's like, oh, that looks like fun, which is why I had the whole misconcept of what Parasite Eve is. I thought in my child little brain until I got older and saw it on Twitch, because I didn't bother to look up the gameplay, that Parasite Eve does not play like Resident Evil. But boy, did I want it back in the day. So I have a bunch of PlayStation demo discs throughout the months because every month they were like $15-16. So that was basically our game every month because we were poor, not by choice. You want to go that far? But we only got one game, maybe 2 games a year. So at Christmas and our birthday, we would get a game of our choice. So we had to pick wisely. Other than that, we played demos a majority of our childhood, my brother and myself. So I would really like to take you guys down memory lane of all these demos, all these trailers, see which ones you guys would like to see played, and maybe somehow, if I have the money for these now expensive games, or if I can get them on Steam or GOG, buy them digitally and play them for you guys. I have tons of PlayStation 1 and PlayStation 2 games that we can play together. I have the means for it. I just don't know if it's something you guys want to see. But I've put hours into these games. Hours and hours. Some I have bought and have not played yet. Like Legend of Legaia, or Legaia, however you want to pronounce it. I played the shit out of that damn demo, and I cannot wait to play it, actually play it. But that is a game that I will spend farming, if I remember correctly. It is a game that I will have to spend farming most of it to power myself up. I'm the type of gamer that'll sit and power himself up and be like, okay, let's go on with the rest of the game, and just wipe through it. I do that a lot. uh, and then there's another one called Jade's Cocoon, and Jade's Cocoon is kind of like Pokemon in a way, but you can merge your monsters into another one. There are so many weird and kooky and strange games back in the 90s that you just won't see today because people won't take a gamble on it, and it's a shame. Movies are the same way. It's literally the reason why I say the 90s were the best, because entertainment, it didn't care about money at the time. It was all about what they wanted to create, and if it sold, it sold. If it didn't, it didn't. Profits weren't a major thing in the 90s. There's so much that needs to be seen. What? Why are you mad? It's probably because you want something that I don't have. So at some point we need to go on the nostalgia run. It's one of the reasons why I like watching Ezekiel the Third, or Ezekiel, I think is his channel name. He plays a lot of the older games and indie games. So I think he's already done it. He might do it again this year. I'm not sure how many times he does it in a year, but he does a CD-ROM-a-thon. I might just call it ROM-a-thon, but he literally plays the original games on the discs. So they're not downloaded or installed or digital. They are literally on the discs, and he says most of those he gets from his actual viewers, so they actually send him the game to actually play on stream. So I think January he was playing Warcraft 2 on disc. I have Warcraft 2, but I have it through Game Pass and Blizzard, so because I don't want to fight with the CD, because Windows 11, as well as Windows 10, as well as the Windows before, doesn't like older technology. It's real pain in the patoot, if you catch my drift. Wow. Do I have? I do have some of this stuff. And that goes to for you too. Okay, I said that all messed up, but that also goes for you too, YouTube. So when we play those games, whenever, I don't know when you're gonna see this recording, we may already be doing it. So go over to the Twitch channel, come over and watch this live and see what we're doing. We try to shoot for 9 o'clock in the morning, which I'm trying to get better at that, to about 2:30 in the afternoon Central Standard Time every day. We are live every single day, unless I'm running late, then past Nerok plays, but we're still live. I need my candy. This. Look at that money, Indy. Look at that money. And I am going to try and start getting better to that. Twitch people. I'm trying to get much better at going live every day at 9. I need to. My insulin has just been blood sugar, I should say, has just been a problem here lately. So it's been slowing me down, but I need to kick it in its rear end. Oh shoot, I forgot. Wife gets off at 2:30. Damn, I need to get ready for work and go pick her up. 15 minutes. There we go. There we go. Need to refill those machines. Okay, so we made 555. Now, if I remember correct, I think I can complete the supermarket. So if I do this, that, and then license this, and this. Holy shit, yeah. Okay. Put the refrigerator stuff back here. One thing they need to do is get rid of this. They need to get rid of that bulge. It's a nice color effect, but bulging out like that needs to go away. It seriously does. Because that really just gets in the way so bad. Okay, and then it sucks that you can't move this person. The hell? Get your ass over here. Nope. We will fix all this later and try to make it more of a grocery store. But for right now, we're just gonna see how this looks. Of course, we made no profit today whatsoever. So. We literally just took an entire store and completed it. pretty much. Kind of. Pardon me. I don't have time for this. I really don't. All right. So we will have to work on that later. This is exactly at the end of the day, which works great. All right. So of course we did not make any profit because we just completely upgraded an entire section to its max capacity plus all of its other stuff. So, but we made 217,000, which is good. We're on day 89, which is somewhere good. I think it was what 10 levels in a day in a session. So we're going to save this, and we have moved quite a bit actually. We started today at 31,000 and we are ending today at 24,758. So if I do the math, let's see, that's we moved what, 7,000 points, which is really good. So